He's the billionaire Russian pop star who helped engineer that notorious Trump Tower meeting. 38-year-old Emin Agalarov is about to embark on a U.S. tour that kicks off in New York City next month. But first, he's coming clean on his friendship with President Donald Trump. And now, in a DailyMailTV exclusive, senior reporter Louise Boyle tells us what really happened during the most scandalous closed-door powwow of the 2016 election.
There's nothing I'm hiding. There's nothing wrong in what I've done.
He's been called the Russian Ricky Martin, whose website boasts over 1 million records sold.
Please welcome international recording artist, Emin.
And he treasures his friendship with President Donald Trump.
I really liked him. He felt it. I guess he liked me as well. When I'm in New York, I'd like to see him because he's cool.
Moscow-based pop star Emin Agalarov, the son and business partner of billionaire Russian developer Aras Agalarov, says he forged a friendship with Donald Trump in 2013 when they collaborated to bring Trump's Miss Universe pageant to Moscow.
We became Trump's connection to Russia because we are partners in the Miss Universe contest, and that's it.
Now, Emin is in the spotlight for orchestrating the scandalous 2016 meeting between Donald Trump Jr. and a Russian lawyer who claimed to have dirt about Hillary Clinton.
My dad asked me to set up a meeting. I didn't ask him why or what or how.
Emin says he reached out to his publicist, Rob Goldstone, to set up the meeting his father requested.
Every time I'd come to the States and would want to organize a meeting with Donald Trump, I'd ask Rob to do it. And I told him that, according to my dad, these people were in New York for a very short period of time and they were leaving, so try to do it as soon as possible.
In the email that he had sent, the wording was very high-level, sensitive information.
He knew that it's urgent to set up a meeting. So how do you set up a meeting urgently with a Trump scam? You tell them that it's highly secret, important, very important, super quick. We need this urgently.
So, what happened behind closed doors at the meeting that's now at the center of the Mueller investigation and threatening to destroy the Trump presidency?
Rob came out of the meeting and called me and said, I just walked out of the most ridiculous meeting in my life. I was quite embarrassed. I said, well, I guess I'm embarrassed too. It was the most unproductive and useless meeting in the history of the world. The people that are in the inner circle understand that it's a total joke.
So this was a stunt by
Rob?
Yeah.
Well, as far as everybody knows, including myself, that was exactly what it was.
Have you ever been contacted by Robert Mueller, his team, or any members of Congress to testify?
I believe that is something being handled by my lawyer.
Have you been offered immunity by Mr. Mueller?
Not as far as I know.
In the US, there's a consensus now among the American intelligence community and the majority of Congress that Russia meddled in the 2016 election. Do you believe this to be true?
Totally not. I don't think that's possible. If Russia or anybody in Russia can change the outcome of the election in such a great country as the United States, then there's a problem.
And joining us now is Daily Mail senior reporter Louise Boyle, back from Moscow. And Louise, what did you find most surprising about your interview with Emin Agalarov?
What struck me initially is what a big star Emin is in Russia. We also talked about the fact he'd spent his teens in the US and he's obsessed with Elvis Presley. Of course, though, in the US, his name is associated now with the Robert Mueller investigation. This is something he's eager to change with an upcoming US tour and a new album. I was keen to ask him about his relationship with Trump and particularly that 2016 Trump Tower meeting which he organised. Emin was a little frustrated with some of the questions, but frankly, he answered everything with good grace and in great amounts of detail.
All right, so he's obviously very, very famous back home. And tomorrow, Emin talks to Louise Boyle in part 2 of our Daily Mail TV exclusive about his upcoming trip to America and what he can expect from audiences and investigators. Louise, great stuff. Thanks for being here with us today.